So in this video we're catching up with Evelyn. Now I introduced Evelyn to the channel back in 2021 because she had packed everything up and drove her camper van, just her and her two cats, from Scotland down to Central Portugal. She bought a house and set about renovating it and building her homestead. So we've been following her progress, and all the building work's done now. She's still got a lot to do, but all the major building work's done, which was a lot. So we're going to catch up with what the place is like now.
Just come in. Watch the curtain. Fly curtain definitely helps. So my kitchen isn't ready yet, but we're making a start of, I bought the units and I'm making them, and I got some help to get them joined up, and that everything is the same. And it's still a big mess here, so don't fall over it.
And where did you get the kitchen from?
Leroy Merlin. Online, because the ones that you can buy in the shop that are the basic thing, they are actually a different size. So I bought them at first, but they only had a few, so I decided to buy more online to find out that they were actually a different depth and a different height. So all the old ones I actually put now in the old bathroom, which is my preserving kitchen. And they are okay down there. And they actually came with doors, and this type doesn't come with doors. But I want to have wooden doors, so I need to find a carpenter. And I'm still not sure what I want for a worktop. Someone advised me really to go for granite, although I thought it would be too heavy for these units, but they said no, it will be fine. Yeah. And they last forever, rather than the laminated ones, because it's all chipwood inside rather than plywood. Yeah,
that's the first thing I thought of though, was the weight.
And someone advised me not to take wood because it will warp too much.
So I'm looking up there, look ahead of myself, we've got the big tank.
870 liter, so if my pump for some reason isn't working because I might not have any solar, then I still have water to flush the toilet and to use for the kitchen. And I got an opening tap inside there.
I like these, is it stainless steel or what metal? But I like the metal.
I think it's stainless steel.
Yeah, that's nice.
I still need to paint where they went through the wall. And actually when they drilled the hole, they actually broke two of the tiles. So they actually chipped them out and put new ones in.
This is too small to pick up much of the bathroom.
It's just a small square room.
No, I mean like just for filming.
Plastered.
Oh yes.
They were rendered with special waterproof stuff. And unfortunately Ludwig didn't do a good job. So it's still leaking inside, so that's why I don't have any water in here. I'm going to paint with swimming pool paint to get it waterproof.
Does this not attract mosquitoes?
It does a bit. So I still need to paint this. I have painted the rest of the house. I painted on the gable ends, both of the sides, which was quite tricky.
When you say you did it personally?
Yeah.
You did the painting?
Yeah.
With what, up a ladder? Or with the scaffolding?
Down there with scaffolding. Up there we put some boards on top of the roof, so I could stand up there, and then with an extendable brush and roller. Maybe you remember that was all black patches on there?
It was all
on the gable end?
Yeah, it was all like peeling off.
Yeah, it was tarmac.
Tarmac?
It was tarmac. Probably to prevent leakage. And Mark and his team actually cleaned it up. Everything that was loose. But everything that still had tarmac on it turned yellow, so I had to put a couple of coats on there. But it clears it up quite a lot. What still needs to be done is actually the staircase and up there, because the rendering all comes loose there.
Yeah.
So that still needs to be done at some point. During the summer, this is nicely covered with all the wine grapes, wines.
So I can see this is a favourite spot then in the summer,
Yeah.
is it?
And now the scaffolding is gone. I finally can put my
Your
hammock back.
Yeah.
So we all put these fly screens on, which works quite well.
So finally,
The wood burner, it brings the temperature here around 20 degrees.
and what else is different? Obviously, this.
I got my bedroom, which is a bit of a mess.
So you come in the door, got the living room and then the bedroom right to the side, with a little window onto the courtyard. Right, let's have a look upstairs then.
Yeah. So I got another unit here.
Yeah.
Blankets and stuff like that.
I think I like the upstairs space better than the downstairs space.
Yeah, because it's lighter.
Yeah.
It's very dark downstairs.
Yeah. So
You always have to have a light on.
Yeah, you had a big unit there that you was taking apart. Remember?
Yes. When I put it on, I realized that I could put all the units up, but then I forgot that the walls downstairs are 60 centimeter wide, and you need to stay a decent size away from the flue.
So this is where you put your volunteers?
Yes. So I got a sofa bed here that can pull out and just turn it slightly. It just has enough space.
And then this is the...
Down there. And then the bedroom. Yeah, and I don't know if you remember that this was an old unit, so they put a new unit in there.
Oh, okay. And now this, although we've got the same a consumer unit on the wall there, it's not mains anymore. You're completely off grid now. You've
completely off
disconnected
grid
from the mains.
Yeah.
And that's all supplied by solar.
So here we got the bathroom upstairs, which is with a bath. I love a bath. And I chose to have 2 bathrooms, so if I can't climb the stairs anymore, I still have a bathroom downstairs.
Yeah, I think I like the upstairs better. I like this space. It's a handy space.
Yeah, I had galvanized scattering, but when they wanted to put it back, it turned out that it just had cut it through, so they need to weld it again. And there wasn't enough anyway, because I would have needed more here and on the other side. So we decided to go for white.
Yeah.
But a lot of stuff has been happening in here.
And this
So
is
this
where
used to be a bathroom with a bath down here, toilet still there, a bidet here and a wash basin there. They all had taps, but when I asked them where the water supply was, it turned out there wasn't.
taps but no water.
Yeah. So these are the cheaper version of the units at Leroy Merlin that you can buy in the shop, called Basic, but they have doors. So this is now my preserving kitchen.
Yeah. So you've got, what's that, a vacuum sealer?
There's a vacuum sealer,
Vacuum
and I use
sealer.
them a lot with the jars.
Yeah. You've got freezer,
Big freezer, freeze dryer,
freeze dryer.
pressure canner.
Wow.
On top of there is a water bath canner.
No
So
idea
it's
what
just a big stock pot where you put your jars in with an inch of water on top of them to preserve it further.
You can do that with the pressure cooker as well, can't you?
Yeah, but you're not supposed to use the pressure cooker also for canning and pressure cooking.
Okay.
So I do it sometimes, but it actually has made the bottom really round. And I think that's because I use it full of water.
Yeah.
And I have a dishwasher since shortly.
My God, what's happened to that toilet?
No, it's just used to put
For
dirty
building
water in.
stuff. And what's this? A dehydrator?
No, that is a spinner, both for lettuce,
What, an electric spinner?
electric spinner, but also to peel potatoes.
Peel-
That's why I bought it.
Peel potato?
Yes.
Oh, you'll have
You
to
wanna
show
have a
me how
look?
that works one day. Yeah. See, look, people give me a hard time about my little hand spinner, my little salad
So
spinner.
this
You've
is
got an electric
for the lettuce. And if I would put this one in,
one. For those of you that know, you know
and then
about the salad spinner.
you block this. And then you turn it on, and then your potatoes will be peeled.
Oh, it's almost like it's sort of grating them. It's sort of
Yeah.
scraping them.
It's scraping them.
Wow.
I still
Well,
bought
I
it in the
never-
UK.
I have never ever heard of a potato peeler and an electric salad spinner. It's like a spin dryer for salad. Well, who knew? Who knew?
So in the freezer are now 10 chickens
10 chickens!
that I
Did you do
grew
it
up
yourself?
from chicklets.
Did you dispatch them all yourself
Yes.
and prepare them and
Yes.
everything?
Yeah.
And pluck them?
I've
and-
plucked them.
How do you know how to do that?
YouTube.
Woo, good on YouTube.
So I killed them down here. So I got a cone there that I hang the chicken in, tie his legs, because they're all roosters,
Yeah.
and then pull the head, and then I got the scalpel and
Oh, you're good. See, I
you could
feel,
do that.
I don't know. I don't know if I could or not.
And then
I feel
I
like I couldn't.
boiled water up to 80 degrees,
Yeah.
and then I put the chicken in for about maximum 20 seconds.
Oh, you'll have to come.
And then once in a while do 5 seconds and then test if the feathers are coming loose or
Yeah.
not, and then plug it in again up to
Oh.
about 20 seconds, because if you
Oh.
do it too long it will cook the skin,
Yeah, yeah.
but I don't use the skin anyway, so
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter.
You're a proper farmer.
So when the wing feathers come loose, then it's ready.
Wow, one day when you're doing that, you'll have
And
to
then
come and show me.
I take the head off, take the neck off, prepare loose the oesophagus and the windpipe, and then I cut around the poop hole, and then I grab inside, take all the internals out.
See,
And that's quite tough actually.
Yeah.
You really need to use force.
part of me feels that if you want to eat meat, you should do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. One day when you're doing it, I'll have to come and
Yeah, next year I will do another
yeah.
10 chickens.
Oh,
So
this
these
is
are
really
my
amazing.
16 solar panels. And unfortunately I had to spend more money because At first he bought all these square bits and then it started sagging already. So we had to put the rectangular bits in between to make it stronger. Because when it was windy, I could see them dancing.
Wow.
And I ended up buying 2 more batteries because I didn't have enough for my freeze drying.
So that's all in.
That's all in the
I
shed.
don't think anything's changed. Is it all the same in there? We'll have a look.
It's still in the same. But what is changed is that now the wall has been rendered here and pointed. And I painted the surround here. And they put all the etchings on the roof. So now there are 8 batteries in the cabinet instead of 6.
And you've got your jars. I think we've seen these before.
I made loads of grape juice. This is grape juice, that is grape juice.
So where are you getting supplies, like all the lids and the jars?
They come out of America. Because what comes out of China is useless stuff.
Right.
So I actually, they're more expensive, but then I got a better quality. The roof tiles are going onto the old bathroom. And then the old sandwich panels stay there for insulation. Because during the summer it was too hot.
Yeah.
And then, and it wasn't waterproof. It was leaking quite badly. But you can see here that it's nice white. Okay, you can see that it has plastered different ways. So once I have money, I might actually spend some money to get it plastered completely new. But for the time being, this is fine. So I got quite a few IBC tanks now.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, so you've got 4.
Yeah, and I got the one on the other side behind the old bathroom. And these are connected to each other. These still need to be connected.
And do you use all this just for water in the garden?
Yeah. So once the chicklets were big enough, and I had separated the females from the males, I put the 10 males in there, and I would pull it every day. So this is an old tent frame.
Ingenious!
And I just pull this.
Oh, okay.
Like that. So twice a day I would move it.
Yeah.
And then they would get a new piece of grass. And they would ruin the ground, more or less.
Yeah. Ruin it or prepare it.
Or prepare it. But with the 70 or with the 10 together, it was really dirty. But I'm milking my goat now.
Ooh.
So I got about 700 milliliters a day.
Wow.
At the moment. My neighbor made new fencing on his side because all spring they were escaping and summer into my place and into my neighbor's place.
Wow.
So they weren't happy. Yeah, I need to feed them. So I'm just going to get some feed. So I got some mixed grain kernels without any husk. And I'm missing a couple.
Yeah, there they are.
Yeah, they're down there. So there's a lot of creatures in there.
Oh, they're probably having a dig.
So these 2 down here are the young ones. Ayelet is fat because she keeps drinking milk.
Really?
And Aurora didn't get a lot of milk because Bambi didn't have an awful lot.
This is nice. I remember this was just all overgrown. You got nice fencing. And this was not here before.
This will be my new chicken run. My brother started it, but it's not finished yet. And there is an underground part because it used to be a pigsty. And during the heat of the summer, the chickens really like to be there because it was cool. But it's not waterproof. So if it rains a lot, it actually gets quite wet in there. So the rabbit hutches will also be in here in the case that I will take new rabbits, but I'm not sure yet. But I also might go for quails instead.
So we're just walking the dogs. So, how many years has it been? How long has it been?
I bought the place in September 21, and they started renovating mid-October 21.
And we're now in December 2023.
Yeah. A lot happened in the first half year because at January more or less all the work was done except for the main roof. They did that in Easter 22, and then he should have come back to put the guttering back and put the etchings on the sandwich panels, but he never came back.
And he'd been paid?
He was paid already because I had so many different quotes for everything that I ended up paying everything.
Yeah.
And I knew that he would come back eventually when he wasn't busy. I saw him a lot of times, and he tried actually in August 22 to get someone to do it, but that guy never turned up. So he was actually Joachim was quite cross when he discovered that he hadn't been back to do the work. So in the end I thought I need to have it done because I wanted my solar panels up, but I didn't want to have them on the roof and damaging the panels. So in the end, in March this year, Mark decided to finish one area so he could put the panels up. And then after the summer, he actually had some time. And I had a lot of problems, as you know, with the water and the electricity. So he decided to actually, he asked me if I wanted to have him finish it. So I said, yes, just do it. So it cost me a lot of money, but it's all worth it. It's finished now. I have a working solar and a working water system. And the outside of the kitchen has been nicely pointed, and the part of the shed has been rendered. So I'm happy enough. And people say, why don't you put a court case for your builder that he didn't finish? I said, yeah, but I have to live here.
Yeah.
And if you would do things like that, you would be staying an outsider in the village here.
Yeah.
And that wouldn't be correct.
In the village.
So he lives in the village, so he's local. And he did, in a way, a good job on what he did.
Yeah.
He just was so busy that he didn't have time to come back to finish my job. And
that's a tough one.
yeah, and but I know that I can call on him if I need help because he has helped me out of the ditch several times, getting a tractor arranged to pull me out. So I thought, forget it.
There's still a good relationship there.
Yeah. So there is a good relationship, and I know that he didn't really mean to let me.
It wasn't deliberate. It wasn't
blind.
malicious.
He wasn't vicious. He was really busy. Over the summer, he worked 7 days a week instead of 5 days a week.
Wow.
Because he has his job in Lisbon, where I think he works for someone else, and then in the weekend he works here in all kinds of jobs.
Yeah.
Where he's managing building sites.
Yeah. Just let this car go past.
So let's just come in.
Right. I think that's it for now. If you've got any questions about Evelyn's building of her homestead and renovating her home, yeah, I'm sure she'll be in the comments. So yeah. Oh yes, just one I forgot to ask, are you pleased with the area you chose, the property you chose? Would you do anything different? Do you look back and think, this is exactly what I planned? This is not what I planned?
I'm very, very happy in this area. I really like it. I prefer it above Castelo Branco.
Yeah,
What
but
I
you're
would
in
have,
Castelo Branco district.
yeah, but not near the town.
Yeah.
So I'm more focused on Fundão than on Castelo Branco.
Yeah.
What I would have done different, I probably would have not left in a haste out of the UK.
Did you leave in
I
haste?
left in a haste because I was afraid that there was going to be another
It was
lockdown.
COVID, wasn't it? Yeah. How long behind me was you? Only a few
Half a
months.
year.
Oh, half a year. Okay. So you came 6 months.
And July,
Yeah.
mid-July. And I had heard on the grapevine that there was going to be another lockdown, which didn't happen in the end.
Yeah.
So I left a bit in a hurry.
So, any tips to people doing the same? Thinking of doing?
Don't do anything over haste.
Yeah. I think that's general life rule, isn't it?
Yeah. And make sure you have enough money.